Hello, everyone, and welcome to my live show here. Hope that the connection's good. So looking at, gosh, why can we not kind of speak our truths? And I wanted to look at this because I don't know about you. I just watched Panorama, and I waited till that was finished because I knew that many of the royal followers would be watching Panorama. I found it quite upsetting, parts of that actually. Although I did pick that up in my readings about the group thing, and I didn't want to say what that was, but I did pick that up. Um, Group activities, I called it, didn't I? And I had no idea. I've not read anything about those accusations of what went on at the Epstein Island. Now, I won't get monetized for this because I've just mentioned the E word. I'll try to be careful what I say here because why should I be careful what I say? Because I'm going to lose my channel if I'm not careful what I say. And that's the way it is. What it is. And I know that you would like me to say what I've got to say and say it in the words that I should say it. But the way it is at the moment, especially with YouTube, so many things going on. As I mentioned in the last show that I did, where I was quite angry and I was kind of, arteries were busting out of my head because I was so angry. I've kind of got over that anger. I've got over the anger. It's not that I'm getting over not being able to speak freely. I think that's wrong. I feel you should be able to speak freely as long as you're not inciting anything. I mean, talking about Mr. A is not particularly. It's in the newspapers every single day in the UK. I'm sure it is in America and Virginia too. And just kind of reading and discussing what's in the tabloids and the newspapers, I would say is not something. What's wrong with that? I mean, why should I have kind of, feel as if I can't speak about things like that? And it's not right. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi, Alexandra Black Cat. How are you? So I don't know if anybody's around at this time. Because I've just watched that documentary on Virginia, and yeah, I parts of that I was in tears, especially when she broke down in tears. I kind of what I picked up there intuitively. People are not going to like this either, but what I picked up there intuitively is that. I felt that she was telling the truth, and that's the way that, her eyes were open. There was no blinking. The body language from Virginia, I felt they were genuine tears. She's not an actress or anything like that. Her face was open and honest, and I'm sure she's not had any training in anything like that. And the fact that she was crying is that what I was picking up intuitively was because the fact why she was crying is because nobody was listening to her, calling her a liar, um, calling her a liar when she's been a victim of abuse all her life. I mean, why does it take a person, male or female, to enter adulthood, going into 30s, 40s, that kind of age group, to kind of say, that shouldn't have happened to me. That shouldn't have happened to me. And I'm sure she thought at the time, I'm sure that Virginia thought at the time, This shouldn't be happening to me. I know this is wrong. I know this is wrong. But, you know, we've all been there, 17 years old. And I think most women have experienced some kind of creepy guy. Sorry, my glasses are a bit kind of from retro, but I can't find any other glasses, so I'm looking like Nina Muscuri at the moment. But I'm sure most of us women have experienced creepy guys when we're 16, 15, just blooming into from that naive girl. You see, a lot of these predators like that, don't they? They like the vulnerability, because I don't know why that is. I'm not even going to mention the S word, but they tend to like that vulnerability, which is horrible in a way. Hi there. Hi there. So you saw the documentary too. So I guess this is just after the documentary and a little bit of a discussion after that documentary. I don't know if anybody else has seen anything, seen the documentary, the Panorama documentary, which just aired here in the UK. So even I feel even if you even if you write in French, I think Alexandra, I think you've been writing in French there. It's still flagged up as a controversial. It's not been shown. I can see it here, but that will not be shown, although you've written that in French. Doesn't matter which language, okay. Yeah, and I think we've all been there, haven't we, guys? At that, I remember at 12, I can't remember what this guy said. I was 12 years old, and this, a 12-year-old, and this like a 40-year-old guy, old enough to be my dad, even going on to be my granddad, I guess, said to me, "Come back to me when you get older." That comment to a 12-year-old. I had no idea what he was talking about. And I did have I had this kind of length blonde hair, a natural blonde hair, blue eyes, looking all innocent. But I remember that. I remember this guy saying to me, "Oh, come back when you're older," which is honourable of him, I guess. But why would you say that to somebody at 12 years old, you know? So we all had that creepy kind of comments. Yeah, I'm going to be careful what I say, okay? I've kind of accepted, since I had that rant with the last one, I've kind of accepted it is what it is. We're not allowed to have the free speech as we would like to. Be nice to be able to have a debate and discuss openly, but as a YouTuber, I'm just a minion, you see. I'm just a minion, and I don't mean anything. So if I say anything, all those words that are blocked, and I'm not going to mention any of them, you know, so is it worth it? It's not worth it, because I don't want to. This is what I have to weigh up, you see. Saying what I think, or actually saving my channel and saving my community. And unfortunately, I have to come to the conclusion of, which is not who I am, because I like to say what I feel, that I'd prefer to save my community. And also just to say that I do I speak more freely on Patreon, because it's a closed community. So yeah, unfortunately, it's the way it is. It is what it is. And again, it's all because YouTube got into big problems with your government in the USA, and for that reason, we've all got to tread on eggshells. And I do understand that with YouTube, but because my community is here on YouTube, I suppose I have to play that game too. I have to play the hush hush game too. So yeah. And I just wanted to thank you for trying to hide the words there, but they still, believe it or not, they still get picked up. They will still get picked up if you use pseudo words. Because I remember that one that I did, that I was using code, that was manually reviewed, and also I got a slap on the wrist for that one too. So crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. I'm no tone, I'm not even going to say, I can't say anything. I can't say anybody's names. I can't say anything. Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy what's happening to this world? So, but I'll go with what YouTube are doing here. I can see why they're doing it. They're trying to save. Sorry, my hair is all knotted up at the back here. I don't know why. They're trying to save their platform. I kind of appreciate that. And I will try my best to not say anything, basically. Now, the only thing that I'm not kind of happy with is that why does this affect tarot readers? Because, there was this great phenomena which the modern tarot reader is like the new therapist or for the modern world. And maybe truth teller, I don't know. But they don't like us. What I feel is they don't like us telling our stories through the cards too. So what do I do? What do I do, guys? Just sit here and look at you? Is that what I do? Just sit here and look at you, and you know what I mean? You know where I'm at. You know why I can't say anything. That's it. That's all I can say. I can't say anything. And there was these, this person, I won't mention their name, this person saying that we need to quieten them, and the best way to quieten them is hit them where it hurts. And they're certainly hitting me where it hurts. Okay. So what's that? I'm answering your question, really. Wow. So I picked up on you psychically. Big brother. Well, it doesn't go on so much in the UK. And I think that's why I was so shocked with, I was expressing, it's about free speech. We have Hyde Park Corner in, I think it's every Friday in London, where somebody stands on a soapbox and they say their thing. They say their thing. It's free speech. It's just, you should be allowed to have free speech, but it is what it is. I guess that YouTube are just trying to protect what they're doing, and I understand that. I get that. Okay. What was your question, Michelle? Oh, okay. Yeah, the heartbreak. Yeah, I did watch that. I did pick up with that documentary, especially when I'm not going to mention names. So with her crying, I picked up intuitively that she was telling the truth. And I started to cry because Speaker's Corner. I started to cry because I could feel that. I could feel that with her. And not that I've you know, I feel bad for people who've been through that in their lives, and I've always been victimized in that way. And and I do feel sad for those people that have been targeted in that way. And I felt this coming through, that she'd had this all her life, and you know, she's trying to prove to her father, I've got a great job, trying to prove that she's going to do well in life, you know, that she will get there and get out of this rut, and showing off to her father. And we can all relate to that, can't we? Father, you know, father-daughter relationships. And yeah, and when she started to cry, I actually felt those tears too. I felt that. I did honestly feel that was genuine. I did feel that was genuine. I'm not going to accuse anybody of anything here. You know, that's how I felt with the way she was I don't feel that was acting. I don't feel that was disingenuous. I feel that was real. So, and also that photograph there. Where would she get the equipment? Being sort of trapped like that to actually fake that photograph, or was that kind of anyway? I kind of digress about that. I'm sure a lot of YouTubers. I think there's one YouTuber that's following this whole thing, which I'm actually watching him. And again, I won't mention any names, but he's a little bit like me in a way. Not, I wouldn't go as far as what he's saying. Will the British public feel like? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah, I think so. It's only because I'm sensitive to, intuitively sensitive to these things, and pick up things that's and that reading that I did about the group activities. I had no idea of this panorama situation or what she's going to say on this panorama. I don't know. So I did kind of pick that up about the group activities did go on more so than just a one-to-one. That's what I did. That I did a reading on that. Yeah. So yeah, I have to be controlling. I'm controlling. I'm controlling. I'm controlling. Okay, I'm controlling. Thank you, Jesus. I don't want to lose my channel. It's not naturally who I am. I want to tell you everything that I see, everything that I intuitively pick up. But I can't. Okay, and I've got to go around the edges and that kind of thing. And the panorama, I can mention the panorama program because it can be any program. Okay, the panorama program. It was fascinating because you could actually see, you know, before it's like in your mind, and you read the newspapers and you try to envisage where this was, the island, the buildings, you know, Central Park and all those kind of places, and the place in London, the house in London, the house in New York, and this Caribbean island. So you try to imagine that. So this panorama, it kind of showed you, which I thought was really good. It showed you the buildings, and you know what they were enticed into something that was something that a normal person would never have the chance to get to experience. And I guess they was kind of groomed to think this too. I would hate anybody. I'm not. I was kind of thinking, what was I like at 14 years old? And if somebody came along, if I didn't have the parents that I had, you know, I also feel back in the day it seemed a little bit more freer that back then, you know, daughters went and off and did their own thing. I remember staying at my friends quite a lot and that kind of thing at that age. So it wasn't as kind of so protective as what it is today, I don't feel. Although she's not that old, is she? She's not as old as I am. But yeah, I mean, some families they didn't have the money, they were poor, and you know, they did their own thing and that kind of thing. I was trying to put myself in her shoes. What you know, what would I actually feel at four? The way I felt, the way my mindset was. Although I wasn't. I was pretty naive at 14. You know, I think I'd only just stopped playing with. You know, about 4 years earlier. I only just stopped playing 4 years after with dolls and things like that, you know. Let's have a look here at your comments and trying to be careful what we say, because although I don't know why I've been targeted with this free speech kind of thing. I don't know why, because there's lots of people out there saying a lot worse than what I do. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I know that one of the readers, Daily Empress, thank you, Daily Empress, okay, for putting your recent about free speech. And I'm shouting you out here, shouting Daily Empress. Go and have a look at, not now, but after. Go and have a look at her video that she's done a follow-up on free speech there, which, thank you, that's interesting. And it's great that we stick together like this. You know, people, you know, I feel an affinity with Danger Zone, Joseph Magi, and Daily Empress and Celt News. I do. Why? Because I don't know. I feel that we're a group that are being kind of targeted. I don't know if that's right. I don't know whether that's right. And I'm going to just block that person. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why that's right. But I do feel that about certain, I think because we're readers, but also I feel Celt News is pretty, a little bit of a shout out there for Celt News, that I feel that there's truth speakers, and Danger Zone just says it as it is. So I with Daily Empress, with hers, she's found these from Twitter where my channel has been mentioned, and I thank you for showing that, because I didn't know, and along with other readers, you know, yeah, which is not fair. It's totally unfair that I don't feel that I've incited anything hateful with my readers, with my listeners, with what I read. I think I've been quite fair, same as Celt News and same as Joseph Magi. I feel we've not been nasty or hateful or anything like that. I think we've been readers. I just feel we've been readers. Daily Empress, I don't feel that we've like said, you know, I want everybody to, you know, dislike that person or anything like that. But, you know, people twist things around and make it look as if that's so, for their own agenda, I guess. So, free speech. Why is free speech, or why are readers being silenced in that way? I don't get that. I don't get it. Um, all we're doing is reading the cards, and it's making me feel nervous about reading the cards. Intuitive, your psychic intuitive energies are trying to silence, and I just want to share my gift with people. That's all I want to do, is share what I know. And they don't like that, do they? Well, thank you. All I can say is thank you for flagging up my channel, because along with other people, because that's advertisement for me, isn't it? It's to say, I guess, because this is going back June, so I'm looking at June time. I did have a little bit of a boom there in June, so they did me a favour. But since then, they've been chipping away at my channel, and it's just been such a battle that I actually, this is why I created this Patreon. And then I got backlash about that, you're greedy and all this kind of thing. I put it this way, guys, okay, about this Patreon. If you are a follower of mine, okay, and you love my content, and you love this raw feeling of this intuitive energy, what it is it's $5 a month, and it's you become a patron, and that's it. But if you see it as like buying a cup of coffee for once a month, it's like buying a cup of coffee once a month for your for your favorite kind of, just to say thank you. That's what Patreon is all about, is saying thank you to your favorites, or somebody that you love to follow. That's all it is. So I see it in that, like it's like buying a cup of coffee for your favorite once a month, or buying them a beer once a month. That's as equivalent to that. So that's what Patreon. If you don't understand about Patreon, that is what Patreon is. It's being a patron and saying thank you for your channel, and thank you for what you share with us. That's all it is. That's how that concept works. But that is one of the reasons I moved over to Patreon, because of all of this garbage. It is garbage. It's garbage. And all at the bottom of this, at the root of this, is YouTube trying to protect its platform, because YouTube, it goes down to, it starts at the top and it goes down, doesn't it? And I also pick up intuitively that there's a lot of advertisers that are backing out too, from YouTube, and they've only got so many advertisers to go around, kind of thing. So they have to pick on somebody to demonetize, and that's been me recently. So and I feel, stop picking on me, basically. Stop picking on me. I mean, what advertiser would be suitable to my channel? Well, I would say anything that's spiritual, healing, that kind of. I'm a nurse, so anything that's healing would be suitable to my channel. Maybe a tourist kind of, visit London kind of thing would be suitable to my channel, because I'm always talking about, the royal family and Buckingham Palace. I feel there'd be a lot of, I just don't feel they've got the advertisers. I don't. And because let's look at this. Okay, what is YouTube? They're advertisers, like an advertising company. That's what they are, and that's what comes at the top of their list, is advertisement. And if they're the people that give them the money, are saying, well, you know, a lot of your videos are too controversial. We don't want to, you know, advertise our perfume next to some kind of controversial political rubbish, basically. And we don't want to associate our aftershave with you know, with these people who are you know, Mr. E and Mr. A kind of thing. We don't want that. We don't want to associate our product with that. In terms of there's lots of fashion and that would be ad friendly. What's wrong with that? You know. So anyway, just saying, what I pick up intuitively, they don't have the advertisers, so they have to be quite select of who they and then they turn around and say you're not ad friendly. So let's say on our TV channels, we have Panorama, which is a documentary on look what it's about. They say all those words that we're not allowed to say here, and yet afterwards they'll put up an ad of they don't have to be ad friendly, do they? They put up an ad on cereals, or they'll put up an ad on about perfumes for Christmas and things like that. So so you know, and we get globalists and we get capitalists, and you know, if this is attacking somebody who's part of that globalist group, then it's like, oh, you are attacking somebody who's against this capitalist globalist group. So we're not going to put ads on your channel, and we're going to tell you you're not having ads on your channel. You're not ad friendly. Oh, come on, please, you know. So yeah, well, you follow me. You've got to know my battles with this, and it's something that I'm trying to get my head around. And if you've watched a lot of other YouTubers, they're absolutely going bananas over this. Okay, cannot have ads on children's YouTube channels. Cannot have ads on family channels. Cannot have ads anything to do with children. Oh, come on, you know, you're telling me that I can't have ads with anything to do with E or A or MM. And then you're saying, oh, well, we may attract these predators to your family channel. So we can't, you know, we can't do that. We have to kind of get rid of the children's channels. And the way we get rid of the children's channel, because we don't want to be accused of luring children to then be kind of, you know, not mentioning the words. So, you know, the way we get rid of the children's channel, just make it an adult, because we don't want to deal with that side of YouTube, because we don't want to get sued and all that kind of thing. I understand that with YouTube, kind of understand that, but can you imagine what it's like for all these YouTube channels that actually do toys, that actually do family programs, that actually, you know, show you how to play with a toy? What they saying that's going to actually look at that. That is a troll. Can you see that troll taking over my channel there? That is why I want to do Patreon. Okay, because that person there was trying to hijack my channel, because they want me off here. Yeah, like they need to regulate like a utility. Now, they are starting to regulate it because I actually say this is for adults. It's an adult. I would say that do not watch this. Your children, don't allow your children to watch this. Perfectly fine with me. My channel attracts adults above, I would say above 18. I wouldn't say it's above 18, but when I look on my analytics, and I look at the ages, which I have done recently. Believe me, you become an expert at this with the channel. I looked at my analytics and it starts from 18 and above. There's no children that watch my channel whatsoever. Yeah. So sorry guys if you're trying to get your question there and it's all been hijacked by this Henry guy. But he's gone now. So I have got my cards in. I'd like to actually look at the cards. And what I'm going to do is just tell you what the cards mean, okay? And when I pull out the cards here, I'll tell you what the cards mean. And although I'd like to, I will do that. What I depict, this all means, tying it together with my intuitive energies. I do that on Patreon, but I'm not doing this on here so much. Okay. Because why are you saying I'm throwing in the towel? No, I'm not throwing in the towel. And I'm not kind of pandering to YouTube. I'm not like that. I'm kind of understanding why YouTube are doing this. That's what I'm doing. Okay. And I don't want to lose. I want to ride this wave through and see what happens further down the line after all this is kind of over. And keep going with this because I don't want to lose my community. But there is, if you want to go and see, you know, the full extent of my readings and intuitive energies, it's all there on Patreon. Okay. So it's just, I feel it's about free speech. It is about free speech. Somebody up there does not want us to talk about things truthfully. That's what I pick up. And that's what it is. I don't feel it's so much free speech. How can it be? Well, it is. It's stopping free speech. Let's say what it is. What it is. It's stopping free speech. If you can't say all of these words, yes, certain things you should be able to say if it's an adult channel, which mine is. Okay, but they're saying you can't. So okay. Oh, come on, guys. Let's. I hope the connection's good. Tell me if the connection's good or not. Yeah, there you go. Look, Razor Edge. Thank you for that comment, and that's very poignant of what I'm trying to portray here, trying to say, although I can't say it. Razor Edge there with a comment there. Absolutely spot on. Okay, spot on. Everybody enjoys, I'm sure, people who follow me love the real rawness of the truth that comes with my readings. But because of this is why they're trying to stop my channel. Well, they are, because they're stopping the monetization. That's the start. Taking away the views. That's again. Okay. So let's have a look here at a reading. I want to do a reading here. I'm going to look at how this is all going to pan out. I'm not going to look at Mr. E and A because I've done lots of readings on that. I've done my predictions on that. Okay. I want to look at how is this all going to pan out. this free speech thing, and and all this kind of thing. I've got to ride this wave with YouTube, and I've got to go with it. I've got to go with it. Okay. Exactly. Alexandra Blackcat, I'm not going to repeat what you've just said there, but I have to say yes to that. I feel this is what's underlying this, okay? I just feel that person must have a big, like the cat's got the cream kind of Cheshire cat grin. But I mean, why would you want to take down tarot readers? Tarot readers. We're just reading cards. You don't want a psychic to, it's supposed to be psychics. It's not fact. It's you see it as entertainment only. That's what I say all under the descriptions of every one of my videos. That's what I say. It's for entertainment only. It's not fact. And that kind of thing, looking in between the lines of the newspaper articles. If you don't like that, then you've got the problem. That's how I see it, okay? That's how I see it. I see it as free speech, discussion, speculation, looking in between the lines and doing a psychic reading. Well, I must be hitting a nerve. That's all I can say. I must be hitting the truth somewhere, and they don't like it. They don't like it. And not just me, I think other readers too that have been mentioned. Go and have a look at Daily Empress. She's like me. She struggles along. I like her. I do like her. There's a number of people I like, and I've no I do not compete with any other reader. I support them. Okay. We're all doing the same thing. What's that, Yvonne? Where we go one, we go all. Thank you for seeing it that way. Raise the Edge is with me on Patreon, and I love my true followers. I really do. And I'm not going to flog it anymore about Patreon, but I think if you understand that concept, you're buying me a beer every month to be a patron because you like what I do. That's equivalent to what it is. And you have a choice of what you do there, okay? And I can speak out on that because it's a closed community. So hi, so let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Mary, the Panorama interview should have been shown. It has been shown. I've just watched it. Yeah, I've just watched it. It's been shown. It finished at 10 o'clock here, GMT time. Oh, in America, I don't know what's the matter with the US. There's no I don't know why you can't see it there. But we have free speech here and all that kind of thing, and there's adverts in between. I don't get US and on all this kind of stopping this kind of thing. Okay, let's have a look at this. So when is this going to end about this how is this going to pan out here into the future about this free speech and all this blocking and trying to shut down channels and waiting for your turn to come along? I've already got my turn. They've finished with me. I'm just here doing this for nothing now. And I'm just asking you if you do want to have my real readings, they're on Patreon. The rest is all cut. I have to say that because that's the way it is. How is it going to pan out here with this? because they cannot stop free speech. They cannot stop people knowing what's going on in this world. Not at all. Okay. How is this going to pan out? How is this going to... I've got my Botticelli deck here. How is this going to... I get people screaming over this. Now, this is intuitive. Okay. I'll be careful what I say. I get people screaming over this, and I'm not sure who this is who's screaming. I get a lot of channel owners, some that have been doing this for so many years and years. You know, they've bought, it's their living, and yeah, I think this screaming I can hear. It's uproar. It's sheer utter uproar. And it is coming from the US. It's coming from the US. It's and it's like stopping this, trying to stop the truth here. Yeah. Wow, guys. I get there's a lot of fights over this. There's going to be a lot of fights over this. Now, I can't say like I normally do. I'm trying to cut down what I say, but you put your comments there, okay? But there's lots of fights over this, okay? Where is this going? We want to know where this is going because it's unfair to stop free speech, and it's unfair to destroy YouTube, and it's unfair to this kind of going down from the top there downwards. It's unfair to do this. Truth tellers trying to keep away bad people. Okay. I'd like to say more than that, but what I need to say as well, I just need to stop there because I got a troll there and I had to block him. See what I mean? It's like every minute there's a troll. So I want to say my heart goes out to those victims, families of the recent terror attack, which was horrible on London Bridge. Okay, 2 days ago. And the victims were very intellectual people and very accomplished people that this terrorist attacked. Good for those people. The public attacked that terrorist with their own hands, okay, to stop him from murdering anybody else. So I just want to say my heart goes out to those people and their families. So let's get back onto this. There's going to be a lot of fighting over this. So this is backlash, isn't it? It's backlash of trying to stop this free speech. And I guess I get the Ace of Chalices, and the Ace of Chalices is about love, okay? The Ace of Chalices is about love. People are losing the love here, and this is so sad. People are losing the love for YouTube, and people are losing the love for the government for trying to stop free speech. And I've said too much already, okay? But I do get that. I get people are losing the love here, and there's a backlash. I mean, to be honest with you, and I can't say the word because I can't say it, but places like China, places that they're kind of, the way they do their politics, I think you know what I mean, beginning with C. We're not that kind of country, and I know a lot of countries like that do watch the YouTube channels. I do, but where I'm from, and the US is not that kind of country, so there is a backlash here, and there's people losing love for government bodies, for actual not being able to. So yeah, so lots of backlash here, people screaming. And the next card I get here, yeah, it's the end. It looks like they want to sorry, they want to bring YouTube down. Okay, but there's going to be some kind of backlash here, because not only have we got the followers, we've got the channels and the millions of followers that are not going to be happy about seeing their favorite creators being kind of taken down and not being able to, and they're going to speak out. I get that. They're already speaking out. It's not new. They're already speaking out. Yeah, you see, I've got a little news flash that's come up here. I don't know what that was, that light. I got a news flash here, and it's saying everything that I can't say here. Blank blank recalls night with blank Duke blank royal family blank. I can't say any of those words, but yet they can say, they can have this, you know, the Daily Mail, okay, can say what they like, and have all these ads around. Something's going on. Something's going on with the powers that be, or people that feel. Yeah, exactly. And I feel Alexandra, I feel that she was one of the first to be targeted. Now they can't, because I've spoken out the other day about free speech and all that. I don't feel that YouTube, unless they're very clever, will actually stop. They may try to stop me by not monetizing and putting ads. That's how they do it, putting ads on my channel, but they can't stop me from doing this. But they have with that person. Okay, I think she was the first one they targeted, and she's actually taking them to court, isn't she? Yeah. So they've got to be careful with the rest. So yeah. So let's continue. So where this goes is that there's a loss of love here for either YouTube, somebody very high up, who has the power to say, hit them where it hurts, which is the monetization, which this is happening, okay, to a lot of channels who are controversial, and hit them where it hurts. Even, tarot readers, for goodness sake, can we guess who this may be? If they're hitting kind of tarot readers, why would you hit tarot readers? We're not no kind of, there's no racism, there's nothing like that on here. Why? Because I mentioned the truth once, maybe, yeah, so yeah, and that person, yeah, she's struggled, battled, but I guess they've got to be. I feel that YouTube cannot just they can just take people down. They can take my channel down if they wish tomorrow, and that's up to them. If they feel that it's causing some, I don't know what would tarot reading do to people. So, and I got an advice, somebody emailed me, and I've had lots of if anybody's got any expert advice, they have some kind of social media expertise guru, please give me an email. Okay, I don't want somebody who knows less than what, you know, that's going to tell me what I know already. I want some guru to tell me what they're doing and what to expect. Now, I have had some great advice, and I really appreciate. Thank you. And saying, you know, what you should do to ride this wave until this get over this is to calm it down, calm your readings down, and because there's channels out there that are saying a lot worse than me, and they'll be, what will happen? They will move from me. They will move from me because I'm not saying as much that's controversial, and they will move to these other channels that are being much more controversial than me. And I got some great advice about that. I thank you for that. Okay, anybody that's got any kind of social media experience in like the field of anything that's happening here, please give me an email and give me some advice. I'd really appreciate that. But I can't pay you because I'm struggling as it is with the way things are at the moment. Yeah, Jesus, absolutely. Yeah, on the chat there. I wanted to delve it. You see, I would do a reading if there was. I would do a reading on freedom of speech and who is absolutely suppressing this freedom of speech, but I can't because I'm not allowed to be free with my speech. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy, guys? Because I don't want to lose this community. I don't want to lose this, and I'm sitting here doing this for nothing. Okay. Here now, this channel, Spiritual Tarot by Yvonne, has been very controversial with my readings, and it's a shame that I've got to dumb it down. Okay, now I have dumbed it down with the second channel that I've got, and it's called intuitive, Royal Intuitive Reader. Not because I know this is going to get shut down. No, this is not the case. This is still going to be here. This is still going to be around, but there will be live shows on here and things just ad hoc. But if you want to look at specific channels, I've got two channels. One, but a lot of those readings, they're good, but they're not as good as I would like them to be. Okay. They are very, I'm being very careful with them. So that's on the Royal Intuitive Reader, that channel. I've also got, for people who like horoscopes, the signs and spiritual healing and that kind of thing, I've also got Sixth Sense Tarot, which is another channel that I've got. I did stop uploading on that because I was so busy with this channel, but now I've started uploading on that. So if you, I will be uploading on that the monthly readings as well. So there's lots going on here with me. So absolutely, this channel is about pretty much anything. I would say whatever comes to mind, especially is to do with intuitive energies. Absolutely. So yeah. So hi there, everyone. So let's summarize here without being too kind of having too much freedom of speech here. There's lots of screaming about this. There's lots of fights about this. There's going to be a backlash over this. Okay. And somebody's going to lose the love, whoever that is, somebody's going to lose the love of the public. Somebody's losing the love of the public, or somebody is And this is why this is happening, because this person is blaming everything else apart from themselves. And I'm not going to mention no names. I'm not mentioning no names, okay. So because they've lost the love of the world, the public, they are trying to stop people from talking about them. Oops, I got lights went on and off there. Okay, never mind. So what I get is they're trying to destroy YouTube, these powers that be. I think it stems, I would do that, but I'm not going to, can't do that, where it all stems from. Okay. Do YouTube know? Let's ask, do YouTube know where this is stemming from? Do YouTube know where this is stemming from? Why all these advertisers are backing out? Who is attacking them? Somebody's trying to stop something here. Somebody is trying to stop something here, even to the point of stopping the advertisers going to YouTube. Do YouTube and Google know who this is? Who do they? Yeah, they do know who this is. In fact, I'm getting it here, and it's I can't say who it is. I'd like to say who it is, but I can't. Okay. And I feel you've mentioned this person's name, who is very, very powerful. It's gosh, why do I get this? It's like huge, it's huge, and it is something to do with the panorama thing too, and all this kind of, I can't even say it. I want to, but I can't. Okay. It's a contract. There's lots of contracts here. The contract. Well, the contract of YouTube is like, there's lots of flaws in this contract with YouTube when channels, channel owners, it's becoming more strict with the contract and signing contracts and joining. It's going to become a lot more strict, and they want total professionals on there. I don't know what content they want, because we're not allowed to say anything. I don't get it. You have a platform and you can't say anything. You can't even read what's on the newspapers. Thank you for your donation. Thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you. Hey to you too, Azria. Thank you. You look so beautiful there too in your photo. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, that's so sweet. So, do YouTube know who it is? Yes, and I think they're running scared of because they know who it is, and it's kind of a number of people. It's not just one person. It's a number of people. It's like a big club. That's what I pick up intuitively. It's a bit like what we were talking about with the sorry, my nose is running, with the panorama thing. It's and I get like I won't say too much. It's like a clique. It's like a membership. It's like if you know what that is, but that's what I'm getting at. I could say more, but I want to say more, but I can't say more. Okay. I get like a clique, and Panorama and this lady who the Panorama was about knows about this clique. She knows about who's involved, but she's scared too of saying who's involved, because there's also videotapes and yet they're not being shown who this big clique is. Will they ever be exposed, this big clique? Anyway, it's part of who's trying to shut this down here with YouTube and Google. Sorry, I've said too much already. I know that oh God, that psychic, she knows too much. Okay, so yeah. So if you kind of understand who that membership is, who that clique is, don't put it there, please, but just say that you understand, okay? Let's just ride this storm. Hopefully, I will have to change the way that I do my readings, I think. Yeah. Unfortunately. What's that? Jesus. There is a quote: if you want to know who controls you, find out who you cannot criticize. Wow. That's true, isn't it? Because if you think about if you've ever criticized somebody, they do try to control, don't they? Yeah. What a great saying. So to summarize this, okay, is there's a lot of screaming about this, like not able to have free speech like I did on the last live show. I went crazy, I know I did, but maybe it might wake people up, you know. But I've given it some thought. I've had some great emails to help me to understand what's going on by people who are experts. Thank you so much. And the advice was just to ride the storm. Thank you for helping me there, and just to dumb it down a little bit until this storm is over. Okay. But what I see with these cards here is YouTube will be coming to its end, because it's going to lose the love of the public a great deal. There's going to be a lot of fighting over this. Thank you, Caroline Foster. Thank you so much for your donation. Thank you. Oh, that's so exciting. Where do you get those little icons from where you do the cool thing? I don't think we have those in England. Are you from England? You are as well, aren't you? With the pound sign. Okay. Wow. I didn't know you could do that. That's really good. So I get here that yeah, lots of fighting. What's that? Sorry. Yeah, I think there's going to. I'm just a tip off the iceberg of. See, YouTube is hidden that there, hidden your comments, Jesus. I can see it, but it's been hidden, and I'll show it to you. But this is what I mean about YouTube trying to hide what we need to see. So I'll show you this, what Jesus has just said. And you see, Jesus said, watching Europa on BitChute is a ghastly eye-opener, very hard to watch, but shows their end game. Yeah, that got blocked, and I've just unblocked it. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. So I get here, and I'm just treading on eggshells all around this damn reading, and it's just so irritating. But I don't want to lose my lovely community here. Yeah, thank you, Shanalee. Lovely to see you. And I hope you had a great birthday too. I have just been so worried about this because I just love this community. I really do. So lots of fighting. YouTube are going to lose the love. Okay, they're going to lose the love. It's not. I don't feel it's their fault. I don't. As it goes, but they are going to come to an end. They are going to come to an end. It's sad, isn't it? Because they're going to have no channels, basically. They're all going to go. And I get here, it is all about money too. It's a contract. And if you're not a viable, because the powers that be have said you cannot have these controversial channels. Now, a lot of the YouTube is controversial. I thought that's what YouTube was about, is passion, saying it as it is, being, but they don't want that anymore. And I get that the new contract here, for this contract is you can't say any of these words, yet you can say it on, on the panorama. You can say all those words on panorama. You can say all those words in the newspaper headlines. You can say all those words in the tabloids. You can say all those words, but you cannot say it on YouTube platform. And there's lots of people who do, but they will get attacked like me. But I'm not going to get attacked anymore because I'm not going to say any of those words. So they'll go to one of those people. Crazy, isn't it? So I get here, we're not going to have any advertisers. They're all dropping out. It's the end of YouTube, basically. And it is about money. It's pleasing. What it is pleasing the advertisers, but there's somebody behind these advertising gurus, which is these powers that say, well, we'll take away the adverts and there'll be no YouTube. We will take away the adverts and there'll be no YouTube. That's the end of YouTube. As I said before, YouTube's just an advert. If you look at it like this, YouTube is just an advertisement agency, and all they do is use creators to advertise on their channel. Oh, that's what I've said too much there, I know, but that's what I get. And there's a lot more to it than that, okay? There's a lot more to it than that. There's this, like I said, there's this membership club, which is very high up, powerful people. I'm not going to even mention. I don't feel it's Donald Trump even. I think it's different from that. But I get like these, if we take away the advertisers, because YouTube is about advertisements, there won't be a YouTube. And this is what's going to happen here. Not only are they enraging the creators, they are enraging because we have no free speech. No free speech at all. There's a massive list of what you can't say. You can't mention, I can't even mention what you can't mention, but it's to do with what you drink when you go out, and all that kind of thing. What you do when you are in love, obviously. But again, if you're an adult channel, why can't you mention that? Lots and lots of words you can't say. Although I've marked my channel as for adults only. Okay, so guys, let's just summarize again. I think this is going towards the end somebody wants to stop this. Somebody, YouTube kind of know who this is. I think they're just waiting for the end of their days, basically. But what they're doing is blaming it on the creators, and now the creators are going to backlash back. But it doesn't matter because we're finished anyway as a platform. Why? Because somebody else does not want it to exist anymore. It says too much. It allows the small people to speak up. So, great idea, I thought. I thought it's fantastic kind of concept, but thank you everyone for being here. I thought I'd just do a follow-up on that, and also a follow-up on the panorama. I can't say too much on that either, but when you come over to Patreon, because it's only our closed community, that it's not going to offend others because it's closed, you see. Do you understand? The Patreon is in a closed community, so I'm able to give you my best on that because you're a chosen community to be there. No kids, no advertisements, no advertisement agency. It's just me and you, okay, our community. So, yeah, so I will leave that link at the bottom. If you want to, you don't have to. You can just come here and enjoy, but it's not going to be me to my fullest, I'm afraid. So sending you lots of love, guys, lots of blessings, and I will upload in the next few days on the platforms, on the channels that I have. Okay, and good night, and continue to comment in the comment section below. Just be very mindful of who you mention, what you say, and try to be mindful of, because if we don't, we will be shut down. Okay. Bye for now. Bye bye.